Hey everyone, how's it going? And welcome to another session doing some tactics on Lichess.org in the King's Indian Defense for black. Against the black pieces who are playing King's Indian Defense, I usually play the fianchetto variation, so there are not enough tactics there. But I do play the King's Indian Defense and its structures against basically anything 1d4. So, and even things that are not 1d4. So this should prove quite useful for me, not only in terms of my chess vision, but also in terms of my tactical abilities in finding resources in the King's Indian. In this position, it looks like we might have started off with bishop on g2. I don't understand where the h and g pawns went and why there's no advance here. But in any case, knight g4 looks pretty crushing. I don't see how knight g4 is being defended against pawn mate. So right, it's mate and 1 after knight g4. Is there any defense? Rook over, queen check, queen takes. Is there any defensive resource whatsoever there? Not really. I think queen takes, king takes, queen takes knight is forced. Queen takes g4 is the only way to pursue an advantage there for black. And then my plan is probably going to be something like put a bishop here or here. I'm here, so I can play h5 really quick, pushing. If f3, well, first of all, that drops the g3 knight. This is one of those positions where I don't really think it's worth coming up with some kind of plan of continuation, because I can clearly see that white's just going to get spanked here. It's going to be mate pretty soon after. So knight here, queen takes, yes, and now let's give, yeah, knight takes b2 was a move that I considered. Yeah, sure, king up, and now I'm just guessing, yep, as I said, h5, h4. H4, and I'm guessing the point is f3, so that way it doesn't come with tempo. So you can imagine if the king were here, and let's imagine this knight were somehow magically protected. In this position, I don't have bishop check. That's why the king came to g2. But yeah, it's still pretty over. Yeah. All right, let's keep it going. Okay, just took here. The point is pawn takes, and then bishop takes, bishop takes, bishop takes. That's what white wants out of this position. But I believe I have this. Bishop takes, bishop takes, bishop takes. If queen takes, I take the rook. But probably, yeah, I do take the rook, because if white tries to save the knight, then my bishop just comes back. And if white captures the knight, let's say rook takes or king takes, then I'm just capturing here. Probably queen takes and then captures. And then if queen captures, king takes, and or rook takes king, rook takes queen. And there's no incredible issues there. Sources of counterplay from white. They are going to have this protected passer, but I've got so much pressure against the b2 pawn. I think my plan's probably just going to be to bring the rook to b8, bring the rooks to the center, and I should be able to consolidate from there. Okay, so take here first, and take here. And yeah, probably bishop takes. I would probably play bishop takes in this position because I like the pressure against b2. Yeah, computer settles on. I'll give the computer a couple more seconds and it's going to settle on bishop d4. All right. Pawn. What I want to do is I want to take that. It's a pawn and it's a very important pawn, but I'm not certain that it's completely winning. I do feel like black's a little bit underdeveloped in that final position, but I do think it's perhaps the best move in the position. Just trying to see if there's something else. Does anything else shake my fancy? I don't really see it. Yep, so the continuation goes, that's exactly what I saw. This is again what I saw. And then I said queen here. And yep, and I was thinking queen check, but then I saw the bishop f2, so you just take here. And this is exactly the line. It's exactly the line that I saw. Now, I didn't assess that final position. I didn't talk about it, but I was looking at something like this, and queen takes, but then I saw this, and any other line, I'm basically just activating my pieces. I would play knight c6 here. Computer gives that as the second best move. Pawn here, and the rook is still trapped. So the rook does eventually get trapped. Interesting. Well, at least the way that I played it there. With the moves that I gave. Okay. I can take that. Like this is not a real threat. Is it a threat or is it a threat? Just a threat. Seems pretty good to me. Bishop, queen, bishop, rook. Now there's a pin on this, so I can take. This is again, even that is like the tactic after the tactic, right? So this exchange creates tactical opportunities that you have to be able to see. And once that's done, I mean, where's the knight going to go? If knight here, I think I'm just going to chop it off. So this way I can take on a3. Maybe I take on a3 with the rook. With the rook, and this way if rook takes a3, pawn a3, I'm going to have the other rook going over. I'd like to somehow get this bishop in the game. So maybe after rook takes pawn takes, I actually sack this pawn and bring my rook to f. Bishop takes, and then rook takes. That's not really getting my rook in the game, but bishop in the game, but it is eliminating their active piece, and eliminating their active piece and limiting my own inactive piece. That's an idea. So I see clear ideas of how to activate my pieces afterwards. I don't see any huge issues, so I'm going to go for this line. The tactic ends there, of course, but here, and I thought just chop this off. I don't really want to give them c2, c7. Knight c5, knight takes, rook takes a3, rook a3, pawn a3. Yeah, I guess it's not really that vital. I totally take with the knight, not the bishop, and yeah, we're getting in there. I was thinking take over here first, but maybe that's not that great. I mean, I'm still winning, right? But just not as winning. Okay, but that is one of my major issues. I'm winning, but I'm just not as winning. Finding those really precise moves is quite amazing. So yeah, rook a8 needed to be played there. We'll work on that. All right, that is, I think, the conclusion of our King's Indian series for now. We will pause there, and I will move on to perhaps some Catalan tactics. So I've done Sicilian, then I've done King's Indian, and then I will do Catalan. Other things that will be in this series, I have a little note. Benoni from both the black and white sides, Benko from the black and white sides, the Tarrasch from the white side, Budapest from the white side, and Albin counter gambit, and Queen's Gambit accepted with the white pieces, which I'll use Lichess for. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and until the next time, good luck with your own chess journeys. Bye for now.